Alright. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic Lesson Non-Classic. This is episode number 32, 28, and Doubleshot number 3122. First up we have is B.P.R.D. Omnibus Volume 3. According to the latest numbering for this book, this book collects the following stories. By the way, Mike Mignola and John Ossie do the writers. This book with Guy Davis and the artwork, covered by Mike Mignola and Dave Stewart. This collects stories of Universe Machine, Garden of Souls, and Killing Ground. Yep, and these issues cover issues. Universe Machine covered 24-28, Garden of Souls was 29-33, and 34-38 was Killing Ground. The Universe Machine is basically a story featuring it's for Ape Sapien, where the guy who made a debut in the first story arc here, one of the earliest arcs of this book, he apparently is dead. And they go travel to Europe, but he also has a scar on his face. So we have some agents just chatting at HQ. They're not going in the field until a little bit later. And more archive looking around and looking at a bunch of info. The Universe Machine, Abe Sapien's here, but he doesn't do much at all. Yeah, he's like, doesn't play a part in the story at all. Probably because basically I think he's getting a solo book. So then they go down, presumably down to South America, and of course they go to like a church. And then we see what looks like to be these her name is Dr. Kerrigan, and we see these people look like wearing powdered wigs where they apparently eat birds. And they're like kings in their own mind. And apparently one of them is servants, and of course she's not happy with what's going on here. And then all of a sudden, basically, like, there's a shootout. Like flashback to a South American thing. That's when they counted the nun, who's also like a zombie. Yes, a dead nun. And we see like various weird stuff, like a cheetah who apparently opens his body up to unleash his heart and all these birds. Like you're thinking, what the heck is this? And then we have one of the members who, the guy with the scar on his face, apparently cut himself out of his own body bag. It is really weird. Aside from the fantastic art, this is one of the most bizarre stories I've read for. I like all the information got in here. It's like more expansion upon the actual world itself. That's the story arc here. And this arc is only 5 issues. Yep, just five issues, and that was it. It's like, and then finally we have Hellboy finally showing up here, but apparently it's when he was acting the B.P.R.D. in 1990, probably like a flashback. There's of course occasional reference to I think like Seeds of Death. There's no mention in the book of like, oh yeah, he quit back in issue 1. Also, there's this weird thing here where it's like this font light's like so weird. I think it's supposed to be the closest thing, but it's like so mostly put. It's like this whole thing is like being debriefed. It's like the whole lot of the book is like a flashback. And we were in the Garden of Souls, which this by the cover, yeah, it's Ape Sapien's story. We have this mummy, like he's Karis. Basically, we're in Japan. Yeah, this is basically a full-blown Ape Sapien story. because based on his appearance on the cover, yeah, he's the focus character here, and the rest of B.P.R.D are just supporting here just in his story, while he handles like stuff over in there's more steampunk stuff. And if you're curious, how long is Guardian of Souls? Guardian of Souls is another 5-parter, and Killing Ground is 5 issues as well. Yeah, roughly this book covers like 15 issues. It's a lot of real, like, let's say, more cool stories here. But those who are curious about, like, after Guardian of Souls, like we have Flashlight, like, basically, the first one's Dr. Kerrigan, this one's all Abe Sapien. But what about the very next story arc here? He of course fights. Of course, Abe Sapien fights some guy where he basically beats by chopping pieces. And Killing Ground, of course, focuses on the guy with the missing part of his face. Yeah, it's all a story about him. It's like most like a flash. It's more like another flashback story for him. And that's kind of the book in a nutshell. Still really good here. Give it a 10 out of 10. Next up, we have, for now, basically our last TMNT miniseries discuss. The Secret History of the Foot Clan. And this is set before TMNT issue 50 of the previous one of my books right now. It's just a handful of issues, this book. It is written by who was the writer of this book? It's only 4 issues. So the writer of the book is Montos Psycho and Eric Burnham. So yeah, basically the whole history of the Foot Clan thing, it's like how the Foot Clan came together, and it's basically a little bit of research, and of course the Foot's still fighting Splinter and his family. Alplex is still working for Shred at this point in time. She's not dating Raphael yet, though currently they broke up. But that's kind of book in a nutshell. Like, I love the whole exploring the history of the Foot Clan, how they first came about, and explaining also kind of tying a little bit of present day stuff. And this is before their final showdown with Shredder, like I mentioned. Really good miniseries. Give it roughly a 10 out of 10. Now, because this is the last one I'm going to cover for right now, I'm not going to cover TMNT Strange Things just yet. I can say this at our point. So I'm replacing this with Abe Sapien. Yes, his own solo book. And there are 9 volumes for that one. 9 volumes. So, for B.P.R.D. there are 6. So, B.P.R.D. when I finish that one, the plan is, if I can't find any of Lonzo Johnson, I'm going to do Witchfinder for that one. Yep. So yeah, that's pick up a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. Next up, I've been killing some assignments for 300 years. Okay, thanks you. Bye.